The pre-event calls. It feels like just yesterday we were doing our check-in call in January. And here we are 1 month out from the event, and got a lot to talk about on the call today. This is, sort of what we consider the final details call. That is a soft final. We know that there are still things that may need to be changed and tweaked that we discuss on this call today, but hopefully we're pretty close to being locked down on everything that we're going to have. So we'll go over all of your maps again. We just posted this morning new versions of all of the sitemap. There's now a PDF version of the route map on the shared resource site and an updated version of the vendor tracker. So those are the items that we'll go over on this call, as well as the event timeline and a couple of other things. So, oh, there's Sarah. Good, Sarah made it. So as people are continuing to hop on now, we'll just do a quick round of intros. I know we've got folks on this call who have not been on all of our other calls that we've had. So we'll just do a quick round. I'm Erin Pyafsky. I'm the account manager for PurpleStride for the Event 360 side. This is my 5th year working on the project. I've been with PurpleStride since we began our partnership with them in 2001. Very excited to be back for year 5. And I will pass it off to Hannah.
Thank you. Hi, I'm Hannah. I'm the Volunteer Communications Coordinator with Event 360. So I work alongside Erin, kind of in your inbox. Anything that you get from the volunteers' email might be from me or her. This is my 2nd PurpleStride season, but it's going to be my first complete season, start to finish. So pretty excited. I'm coming in from Chicago. So it's 9:30 here. Yeah, pretty excited for this year.
Hannah and I will be in command again this year. So
yes, we will.
And Drew.
I am Drew. I'm coming to you from the East Coast, so I'm, already ready for lunch compared to all of you. This will be my 4th year providing logistics behind the scene. I was involved on our very first year as a company, as a volunteer out there. And Arizona has been one of my markets, and I love it because I get to go visit Dad when I have to go out there for certain things. So, yeah.
And I'll pass it to Sarah. While you're coming off mute, I will say that there's Kayla. Good, Kayla made it too. I was about to introduce you in absentia, but Kayla and Sarah, why don't you go ahead and say hello? These are our Event 360 staffers.
Good morning.
Hello.
Hi.
Go ahead, Sarah.
Sorry. I live local in Phoenix. Sorry, I don't know what's going on with my voice. This is my 2nd event with Event 360. My first one was PanCan in Phoenix. So I'm a newbie noob. So I'm happy to be here, though. So good to meet you all.
Excellent. Welcome.
And Kayla?
Hi. So I'm located in Detroit, Michigan. Have not gone out to Arizona with PanCan yet, but I believe this is my 2nd or 3rd event with PanCan. So yeah, I'm done a few, but I'm excited to be a part of this team again.
Nice to have you back, Kayla. And let's kick it over to the PanCan side. So Jennifer, do you want to start us off?
Sure. Hello, Jennifer Peterson. I am the National Director of Corporate and Institutional Partnerships for PanCan. Live in Phoenix, and I came to PanCan after volunteering at the local event in Phoenix after losing my mother-in-law 8 years ago now. So I volunteered, worked alongside Rob and staff, and then was able to, in the last year, get hired on full-time to work for PanCan. So this is this will be my 2nd year as the site lead here in Phoenix, but again, was a day of volunteer team and individual development chair, working with the team for the last 5-ish years. So
amazing.
Very excited. It's one of my favorite days of the year. So.
All right, Team Panacci.
Ladies first.
All right, thank you. Stephanie Panacci, been involved now. This is my 2nd year. So like Hannah, it's my 2nd full end-to-end. So learning a lot, and then my role has been experience, but really just helping wherever Rob needs help. Nice
That's
to meet
actually
you.
that's actually not true. She helps me everywhere.
Aw.
I think I said that
Yeah.
because you need help everywhere.
Everywhere. Yes.
Read between the lines, Rob.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I know.
Trying to
I
be
know.
nice.
I'm Rob Panacci. I'm the Phoenix affiliate chair. This is my third year with PurpleStride. Um, Started off as a volunteer after coming in as a survivor. Really loved the event, just loved everything that was happening about it, and decided to take on the role of affiliate chair just to make it overall great. And then what even makes that better is, like I said, Steph does the detail that I often lose because I've got squirrel brain. But our goals are all the same. We just want to make it a fantastic event for all our participants.
Amazing. Well, lovely to have all of you here. I'm so glad we were all able to get on the call today from our various time zones. All right. So off the top, we like to just kind of do a quick review of some key volunteer and staff roles and responsibilities. I do have slides for this that are not opening right now. So I'm going to take you through it. You guys have all done a PurpleStride before, so there are no surprises this year. It really is the same sort of breakdown of roles and responsibilities that we've had in past years. The big difference for the volunteers and the PanCan side, of course, this year is that there is no on-event t-shirt distribution, which I know is a big part of what the volunteers would spend Thursday prepping for and Friday prepping for. But that piece has gone away from the on-event experience. So when we're talking about roles and responsibilities, the Event 360 staff are primarily responsible for the logistical pieces. So managing all the logistics vendors that are coming in to set up the tents and the AV system and everything, handling communication with the site and the site contact while you guys are there setting up and during the event. Jennifer is our PanCan staff representative, is really the face of the organization for folks who are at the event and the kind of the go-between and the person who is going to jump in if there are participant issues of any kind or issues with donations, things that are coming in. I will always have to say from the top that legally our staff is not allowed to handle donations on the event at all. So if anybody comes with checks or cash or anything that they're turning in as donations, that will fall to you, Jennifer, and the PanCan volunteers to handle those. And then Rob and Stephanie, you two and your wonderful team of event weekend volunteers are really bringing the event to life. So if we are building the bones of the event with the logistical pieces, you guys are putting all the meat on those bones. So the event experience pieces, anything that's DJ related or Purple Play Zone, setting up the tents to be decorated and inviting for everybody who is going to come and visit them, all those pieces. At the end of everything, it really is an all hands on deck kind of situation though. There's a small staff working at these events, a small team of leaders working on these events. And it's when we're talking about the event leadership, we're really talking about the five of you on this call that aren't me, Drew, and Hannah. So you are the decision makers. You are the ones who are going to be putting your heads together or getting together on a group text that you're going to set up to discuss issues that come up that may need troubleshooting, if there are decisions that have to be made about site layout changes or adjustments to timeline or anything that's happening sort of in the moment during the event itself. It's the five of you who are going to be conferring with each other to make those decisions and then filtering that out to the rest of the volunteers and the other folks who are going to be there at the event. There are other key volunteers who may be playing important roles during the event. Also, this would be things like the course lead, the registration and donations lead. If you have one of those, you may not have people in all of these positions just yet. That might be something that you're still working on. If you don't have somebody to fill them in right now, that's okay. We've got time. There is a list that PanCan is maintaining that Addie has access to, where you can share the contact information for anybody that you want to be included in the event book. So at minimum, it will be the five of you, but if there are other folks that you want to add their phone numbers in there to have them included as well, we still recommend that the 5 of you as the event leadership still sort of have your own text thread. But then there are other folks that Rob and Stephanie, I'm sure you already know how to get in contact with any of your key volunteers. But it's good to just have that information available in case there's something that our staff needs to reach out to somebody about, give a quick call while they're on event or anything like that. So that contact information, we filled it in already with information that we know or think we know. And then Addie is able to go in and edit that. And we have until the 8th of April to update any contact information on there. After April 8th, we'll take whatever information is in there and that goes in the event book. You can still add people to roles after the 8th of April. At that point, though, we're already working on getting the event book put together and published. So we won't be able to add any extra phone numbers at that point. Any questions about any of that?
I'm all good.
All righty.
All good.
Just want to check in real quickly with you on signage, Rob and Stephanie, and this may be an Addie question as well. As you know, there's the signage ordering passes through a lot of hands. There's things that our team orders specifically. There's things that PanCan admin orders. Rob and Stephanie, you may have gone in and actually ordered some signage. Do you feel like you got all your signage orders in? Have you started receiving shipments yet?
No shipments yet. And then I know Steph and Addie did a thorough kind of review of them.
Excellent.
Steph, anything that
I
I'm
thought
missing
there
from
was
that?
3 phases, if I remember. I know we did the initial.
Yes.
Okay, so I think we've done our part.
Okay. Just checking. If
Okay, and I
anything
can
else comes
check
up, yeah, that you think of that you're like, oh my God, I forgot the grommets broke on this sign that we had last year and we didn't reorder one of those. You can still get into the signage portal and order. At this point, they're going to probably be part of like the later sort of rush shipments that we do at the end. But if you got like the base of your order in, then I think we're going to be in good shape. I'm assuming that you guys, Rob and Stephanie, are receiving the shipments when they start being sent out.
Yeah, we specifically asked for them to start shipping after, I think I said the 29th.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
So when you do start receiving those shipments, we just ask that you order that you open them right away and check what's inside.
Okay.
We don't want to wait until load in day and then open the boxes and realize you got Columbus, Ohio's signs instead of Phoenix's or something like that. So
Okay.
just
enough.
open the signs when they arrive and make sure that they may not be, you may not recognize it because it may be something that Drew ordered or the feather flags for the start finish that we ordered. But it should look hopefully like, oh yes, this is going to be something that we're going to use. And then definitely it should be the stuff that you guys put in the orders for.
Okay.
All right, let's take a quick peek at where we are with your vendors. Arizona. Okay. There we go. All right. So you may recall from our last call that the IRF, the infrastructure request form, has gotten a little facelift this year, making it much more user-friendly and easier to read when it's in event book format. You will have, of course, digital and print versions of everything that go in the event book, including these IRF pages. So you can see here, we are just rocking and rolling with getting vendors booked. As you go through this list, which this is posted on the shared resource site, so you can take a little bit of time with this when you want to scour it in a little more detail. There are some things on here that are listed as, like PanCan coordinated, like water and snacks, some hardware and expendables. Those are coming from the supply order that PanCan is going to be sending to you, a big box of all of your quick covers and zip ties and fun stuff like that. There are some things listed on here as site provided, but everything else looks like we've got booked and ready to go. Popping down the list, just as a reminder, these are really broken up sort of by area of the event village that these items will be in. So here in the Wide Use Stride area, it's got it listed, all the tables, chairs, quick covers, everything that you're going to have there. The AV and stage, food and beverage. So you can just pop on down and it'll take you area by area through the event village and what all is going to be there. Definitely not something we're going to go over line by line right now, but do recommend that you take a peek at this. This is one of those documents that, we're like, hopefully is pretty close to being final. We do have your sponsors on here. The sponsor deadline is passed, and so the sponsor information should all be on here now. Knowing that the team's deadline is not until April 6th, the team's information will still be added later. So if you do end up having all-star teams or MVP teams or any of those that qualify for their own space at the event, those items will be added on here after that team's deadline passes. But right now it should be pretty complete with everything else. I don't know if there's anything that's jumping out as I'm just sort of scrolling through here real quickly, or anything that you saw on your own that you wanted to ask about in terms of vendor order.
Well, I sent an email Friday, not realizing today we were meeting, so I know you guys didn't have much time, but there were some adjustments in that email.
Okay.
And yeah, Stephanie, if I remember, those were things like potentially having the food and beverage be like a 10 by 20 instead of a 10 by 10.
Yeah.
Some tents like that, yeah. And some chairs and tables, yeah.
Yeah.
So the deadline we had communicated before as the deadline for change requests was Monday the 16th. Since that request you sent on Friday came in after that, it doesn't mean we can't approve those changes or those additions. It just means, first of all, that they didn't make it into this round of updates because Drew spent all last week updating the documents based on that March 16th deadline. And also that we're just going to have to run it up to PanCan for approval, especially for things like a larger tent size. Those are things that have to get approved across the board anyway. So we will still take those requests. Things like tables and chairs are no problem. We can add those, no issue there. But if it's a significant change to the sort of base tent order of what we've already put out there, then we'll just have to run that up for approval. We'll keep you posted on what we hear about that.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that.
Sure thing.
How significant of a cost impact is that?
Tents are a few $100s. I just know that this year PanCan is, well, they're very budget conscious every year, but this year, in terms of trying to cut down on some of the size of some of the events, Arizona is not one of them. But some of the smaller events are getting a slightly smaller footprint in their event villages and things like that. So they're just maybe scrutinizing requests that come in a little more carefully. I will say that most of the requests ultimately do get approved. So we'll let you know. We'll run it up to the bosses and find out what they say in the next day or two.
Okay, and when you say approved, that's mostly in terms of cost or aesthetic?
Cost.
So that's cool. I get it. If there was a denial in terms of cost, could we provide tables and chairs in specific spots and support that way?
Tables and chairs, I can approve tables and chairs right now.
Oh, okay.
It's mostly the tent site changes in tent size.
Gotcha. Okay.
Excuse me. Tables and chairs are
Not
a
big deal.
non-issue. So yeah.
All right, cool.
All right. Drew's going to take us through a few documents now, starting with the event weekend timeline. Excuse me, Drew, as you're pulling that up, let me just ask Rob and Stephanie about Thursday, why do I not know this yet? The 23rd is our, excuse me, our staff's travel day. When they'll be coming into town and starting to get things set up, doing a site visit, things like that. Thursday is also the day that, of course, we recommend that you do a storage run. It is PanCan and the affiliates' responsibility to sort of own the storage run. That being said, we know that in the past, the Event 360 staff is there to jump in and help if that is needed, depending on Sarah and Kayla's schedules for the day. So just wanted to check with you, Rob and Stephanie, and see if do we have a storage plan so far? Are you available on Thursday? Do you have other volunteers who can help out, vehicles? What's that looking like?
Yeah,
We're def
I'll go ahead, Steph.
I was gonna say, we're definitely available Thursday.
Yeah.
We have a truck. We haven't asked the team if they can also help.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's really just unpacking the storage locker and bringing all the stuff in.
And I'm available too. I have an SUV, so I can certainly
Okay.
Beautiful.
support that too.
So at this point, usually where we like to leave it, Sarah, I know you're local. Kayla's coming in from, are you still in the Detroit area?
I am still in the Detroit area.
So Kayla will be on an airplane. So at this point, I'll leave it to the 5 of you to sort the details out. When you get the event books and have everybody's contact information, Kayla, as the site manager, will start a group text with the 5 of you on it. And then you can just coordinate directly with each other about where and when, share the address of the storage unit, who needs to bring a vehicle. Sarah, are you driving your personal vehicle, or Kayla's picking up the minivan, or have you been told yet?
We hadn't really talked about it in detail, but the last event I worked, I just drove my own vehicle.
Okay, yeah, and I'm
it
sure
seemed to be
since Kayla's
easiest.
coming from the airport, I'm sure she's
Yeah.
picking up the rental.
Yeah, that
But
makes more
so
sense.
depending on flight arrivals and things like that, Kayla, if you want to and are able to meet the group with the minivan, then you can load things up there. But it sounds like you guys are good for vehicles, and
I
you'll
have a
just load
truck
up.
also, so
Amazing.
I can
You'll
load
just
lots.
load up whatever you need on Thursday, and that way it's ready on Friday morning when loaded begins.
Yeah.
Speaking of,
Now,
sorry, go ahead.
what times do we for Thursday? What's our access time to the stadium?
You're not getting to the stadium yet on Thursday. That'll be Friday morning. So Thursday, you'll just be clearing out your storage unit. We usually just store everything inside the minivan and just leave it overnight, and then it's ready to go on Friday morning. Depending on y'all's trucks and SUVs, like obviously if it's an open bed situation, you probably don't want to leave stuff in there overnight.
Yeah,
but
no, that's cool. I
Okay.
For some reason I understood that we'd have access to the site on Thursday, but I'm happy. It's business as usual. It sounds like.
Business as usual. Yep.
Okay.
And Drew, why don't you go ahead and take us through that usual business for the
All
rest
right.
of the timeline?
There we go. Okay. We'll move on to Friday. The biggest thing I'll point out, everybody will get on site about 7 o'clock and turn on those ice machines, since you're already in a heat wave right now in March. So you'll probably be melting by the end of April. I hope not. But moving along, about 8 o'clock is when all the excitement will start happening between Centric Events. Your AV vendor will be bringing in your stage and your backstage banner and all that good fun stuff. Then you have your same vendor of Big AZ Tents and Events bringing in your few tents that we have, also supplying you with your dollies, the 2 pop-ups for the watercourse station, some cones and some sandbags, and your white picket fencing for, I think you guys use it for your survivor area, if I remember correctly. Moving along, we're creating a village. You'll be able to borrow one of their carryalls or have them, which it's like a, what do I want to call it, a golf cart. That's why I call it a carryall. And they'll take you around what the route will be. You can also drive it by car if need be, one or the other. And just make sure that there's no last minute construction or anything happening. You get the gift of your restrooms are already on site. You have site taken care of. You also have your security taken care of. And you'll also, during all this time of setting up the magical village, you'll also get to see on the big, I want to call it a jumbotron, but that's at a hockey game. But the big board that you have there of your visual promotion. So, and then security will take over at 4 o'clock. But if you finish earlier, I think if you're talking to the site contact, who's a very nice woman, if she's the one that's in charge that day. But I know that they're bringing somebody new on, so they might be the ones that will be your point of contact. That you could leave earlier if need be. So, any questions about Friday?
So what would be a good time to tell our team to come in to start setting up?
If you want them to help you unload, you probably want them there about 8 o'clock to start unloading. If they're setting up, probably give it about be somewhere between 10 and 12 o'clock.
Okay.
So, all right. Okay, so moving on to Saturday. You've gotten a good night's rest, you've fed your bellies, you've brought your body temperature back to normal, and then you get to be there at dark 30 and start working on what needs to be touched up, your punch lists, and doing the final touches between your event village to on the route. We will also be having Elevate Parking working with us again this year. They're attached with the baseball field venue. One supervisor and 1 to 2 more people that will be working and directing your traffic for you. EMS will be on site for you at 6:30 to 10:30, and we will have 2 officers arrive at 6:30. I've asked them one to be on 93rd Street and one on East Hummingbird, and they're just to kind of make themselves present, as well as kind of reminding everybody to be on the sidewalk and not out in the street, because we don't have the ability to close the street down here, unfortunately. Opening ceremonies happens at 7:30. You do your walk. You conclude at 10 a.m. You release everybody, except for yourselves and your volunteers, and you break it all down and you pack it all back up in your storage containers, and then you have a hard close here at 3 o'clock, because if I remember, actually this year they actually do have an event happening that night, so we really have a hard close. I think by your early time you guys will probably be finishing long before 3 o'clock, but that just gives us the hard close. Any questions about Saturday? No? Alrighty.
So Rob and Stephanie, we will post with the event book as a separate document, an editable Excel version of this timeline that is yours to do what you want with. So if you want to add items in there that are like DJ arrival time or arrival time for certain volunteers when they're going to get there that we don't necessarily need on kind of the main timeline, that will be your document to play with and do what you want with. So that'll be posted to Phoenix's folder in the shared resource site on the 17th of April.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
All right, let's look at the site.
There we go. Did my screen change? Just making sure.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Wonderful. All right. Here's our event village. All your sponsors have been updated. Now we're just waiting to see if you get any team names, and those will be added, and we'll make spaces for those if need be. We made the adjustments that you had asked for at the beginning of the season, which seems like so far away. Yet it was probably September, October, correct? Reminder that we're not allowed up on the second floor, and we just kind of keep ourselves all where my arrow is moving. People do come in through here because there is parking up here, which I will show on a different map. And yeah, any questions or anything that needs to be, aside from the possibility of changing the tent for food and beverage, but the 10 by 10 has been added back on.
The survivor seating, I noticed, is to the left of the stage. Is that intentional?
That was what it was in the map that was sent to me, and I had confirmed that that's what we wanted.
So when we say seating, sorry, so are those the chairs that are supposed to go in front of the stage, or is that tables?
Those are chairs.
Okay, no. So the seating was like the 60-inch, like, or the round tables for the survivor seating. That's what I think we meant in that area.
Okay.
Yeah, the regular, like the fold out chairs would be in front of the stage. Sorry, I didn't catch that last time.
That makes sense.
Oh, good. It does make perfect sense, but that's why I double checked after I did it. So, yeah. So there you go.
Cool.
Okay.
So
Alrighty.
One thing, and we've been trying to get this from, APS and other the large companies here, but actual sort of route stickers you put on the ground with arrows, say, walk this way to the entrance, or maybe some stickers for the walk. Is that something you guys can provide, or we need to go and continue to try and figure it out on our side.
We don't
We-
do that kind of route sticker that you're describing, just as like a standard order thing. So that we would just have the signage, the upright signage that we put on the A-frames out on the route. I will say, and I know that Kayla is definitely familiar with this, a new event that we started doing this last year is a bike ride for the American Diabetes Association. And for that, we make duct tape arrows on the ground, and lots, Sarah, have you done an ADA also? Yeah, lots and lots of duct tape arrows. And I've been trying to like bring that over into the PurpleStride world a little bit too, because it is a very quick and easy and visible way to mark things like that, whether it's just arrows on the route or directions, directing folks into the stadium concourse itself. So might be worth getting on Amazon and ordering a few rolls of purple duct tape, and you can go to town with that. I mean, Drew, unless there's some reason that the stadium doesn't want us to, it cleans up very, very easily. Kayla and Sarah are very good at putting the tape down in a way that makes it easy to pull up real quickly.
That's a good suggestion. I was thinking more fancy printed, but you're right. That's a great alternative. Some purple duct tape.
Yeah, cost effective, very visible, and I think it's a easier way to go. So
Okay,
go for it.
We'll take that back. Yep.
I will confirm with the site just to make sure that there's no challenges there, and let Erin and Hannah know.
Unless we want to spread confetti everywhere. I'm kidding.
Don't
Don't
do
even.
that.
That's not even
I'm
fun. That's
kidding.
not even funny.
I'm kidding.
Don't even.
Oh, triggered.
Yep.
Nope. But
All
we
right.
did order you more A-frames for you to hang signs on. So we did order more of those. Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. Our parking map. So we got our event village here. We have our survivor, VIP, and volunteer parking, and then your participant parking. And this will be the pass that will be sent to you all, if it hasn't already, to be handed out to the volunteers, for your survivors, for your VIPs, and I will pass it along when I do the handoff to Sarah with Elevate Parking, so that they know that this is what they should be looking for on their dashboards. So hopefully there'll be a little less people trying to sneak in to get closer. I get it, it's closer. So, but any questions with the parking map?
Are they
Or the
open to
pass?
just looking at that image on someone's phone for people who don't have printers?
Yeah, it's got the date on it and everything. So I think if you, because there's attendance, right, Drew, that will be looking for that. So yeah, I think that's fine, Stephanie.
Elevate Parking will be looking for that, and there should be 3 of them. So 1 supervisor and 2 attendants from 5:30 to 10:30. So.
Cool.
Okay. Alrighty, moving along. Our route map. It is the same as it was last year, just a slight different due to, I think, which didn't go with how the USS Arizona Memorial Gardens was. So, but it has been adjusted. So you have your shorter route, which is in your lighter purple, and then you have your dark route of going out and around. And I think this is where one of your spots were that you were talking about putting the cars. And I
Yeah.
want to say over here was another spot. Am I?
Yeah.
Okay. So, and your 2 pop-up tents. And yeah. Any
Do
questions?
we know if the event has, like last year, I think they had what was it, like usher training or something? Do we know if they have anything going on where they're going to be using that back parking lot?
I do not know, but I can put that on my to-do list to ask. But I mean, you do have. Yeah.
Yeah, that actually goes back to my Thursday question. I know we don't have access on Thursday, but yeah, we were both on setup day and on walk day. We were bumping up against two alternative bookings at that site.
Hmm.
Do we have that problem this year?
I will inquire.
Okay, because we had to apparently, like, as Steph mentioned, there was umpire training or something, and we had to clear out the day before. There was a game coming in to the stadium while we were setting up. So, I mean,
Alrighty.
you don't need you to stop them. Just want to be aware this way if there's any
Yeah,
constrictions.
Yeah, for sure.
totally understand, and I will inquire. So, um, and just a reminder, no confetti guns, and no driving on that bridge from the where you exit in and out, which is stop. Um, there we go. Um, this is the bridge that you cannot drive on.
Right. Okay.
So, but I will inquire if what the use of this parking lot will be, and then what this use and or this use of the parking lot will be. I'll confirm it with the site and see. So,
Any
any
other questions about the route?
No, it looks good.
alrighty.
Yeah,
Special
just
moving-
circumstances? Oh, go ahead, Rob.
one of our key goals this year, from an event experience perspective, is to make sure that that route is a lot more decorated than last year. As many signs, as much purple, whatever we can get out on there. So we're going to try and fill it up as much as possible.
By
Wonderful.
the bulk pack of duct tape.
Yeah, and we had discussed making sure that or seeing if we can have some the music, I guess, piped out a little bit louder on those sides so that people can actually hear stuff on the walk versus having to put speakers at each water station.
I don't think we asked for that from E360 though, and I think we're just planning
Okay.
to have speakers.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I don't know that the stadium speakers will reach that far out. Usually
Yeah.
when other markets do music on the route, they're just setting up speakers or boombox.
Okay.
Or boombox is still a thing? I don't know. Out at the individual stops or corners or however you want to do it that way.
Yep.
Karaoke
Right.
water station, whatever, you know.
Hey, I like that.
Yeah,
There you
that's a
go.
great idea. Sing
Okay.
a song, get some water.
Yeah.
I pretty much have covered everything that's highlighted for the most part here about you having the police department on site between 6:30 and 10:30. To have the thumb drive to Aaron by, and not this Aaron, Aaron is the site contact, on April 15th. That's when you get the full test of the video board. We do have permission for the drone. I just need to know the pattern and exactly what they're going to be doing, just so that they have all the materials that they need. We've got the 2 pop-up tents that will be out on the route, which is great. What else? The load in, the elevate parking, the parking lots, and have fun. Have a great event.
Should all be pretty familiar. Definitely did not throw any huge changes at this event this year.
No, it looks good, and the accommodation of the changes we had, that's great. So I don't think we asked for anything too crazy.
Nah,
No.
totally manageable. Manageable amount of crazy. All right, so everything we went over on the call will be part of the event book in their final versions. We'll spruce things up, clean up all the images a little bit, add things that we talked about on this call today. We will let you know about the requests that you sent us on Friday to see, like I said, tables and chairs are fine. We'll get those added, no problem. But in terms of the larger food and beverage tent, we'll let you know what the decision is on that. Event books will be available on April 17th. That's the Friday, the week before the event. They will be in print and digital format, same as last year. And we will also do one more full posting of the IRF, the vendor tracker, a week before that. So after the team's deadline, once we know if we're adding team tents or team areas at all, we'll update those numbers and post the vendor tracker one more time. Meantime, you can see what we posted this morning. Everything that we went over on this call is up there. PanCan has been provided with public-facing version of the route map and the parking map to post on the PurpleStride website. So they should be getting those up pretty soon too. We're always still here. If you have questions, our inbox is getting a little buzzier as we approach 1 month out. It is still very much our goal to try and respond within 24 to 48 hours of when you send your message. But just be aware it may take a little longer when the inbox is a little overwhelming here at the end. Any other questions from you guys?
Who are we sending the slideshow to?
Aaron at the stadium, which we have that email address. Drew, you sent us that email address, right? We'll forward that to you, Stephanie,
Okay.
if Hannah hasn't done it already, to make sure you have that, and then you can just send it directly to her.
Okay.
Anything else?
I don't think so. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, thank you. This is, I know it's a lot of work and this is very detailed, so that's great.
It's a lot of work for you guys too. We appreciate the partnership and the collaboration. You guys are always great about getting back to us on stuff that we ask about. So appreciate that very much. Sarah and Kayla, stick around for just a few minutes if you would. Rob and Stephanie, lovely to speak with you as always. Good luck with the event. We're here if there's anything you need in the next month, or call us on command and say hi to me and Hannah. But yeah, I think you guys are gonna have a great time. Good luck with everything.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right,
Appreciate
take care.
the support, folks. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.